Hi, this is Vindya. I'm a corporate trainer. I'm presently associated with Accenture, TIS, which is Tata Institute of Social Science, as an examiner, Viva examiner, and also at NAMAC, which is Naval Maritime Academy, as a faculty. So also I worked at Geetham University, and I'm married to a Navy officer. Because of this, my exposure level is from Delhi to Andaman. So I thank to Navy for that. So here in this video, I'm going to speak about what is communication skills. What is communication skill? This is the most sought after topic in any of the searches. Because if you have good communication skills, you can actually rule the world. I hope you all will agree with me, because the best orators are ruling the world all over. So how do we achieve this good communication skills? There are processes. It's a dynamic process. How will you know that our communication is complete? When the speaker is speaking, the receiver is receiving, and then he gets into the action and completes the action. The outcome is perfect. Then we say that our communication is completed. So to achieve the complete communication, what all one can do? There is a process once again. So it is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So this is the correct order in which a person can learn a language. You see, our mother tongue, nobody taught us grammar or nobody taught us or anything. We learned just by listening to people. But when it comes to English, because it is not our native language, we are struggling. We don't get to hear English all the time. Not everybody. I meant, some people, their family, they speak English at home. So for those children or for those people, it is easy. But I am targeting to the people who don't get the opportunity. So which is the reason that you could not pick up this language? So there are some tips I'm going to tell you in this video. So you can learn from that. So when I spoke about the process, listening, speaking, reading, and writing, the first one is the listening. Listening again, subdivides into 3: active listening, passive listening, and selective listening. Active listening, yes, we have to listen actively to understand completely. But how many of us pay active listening in whatever others are saying? It's marginal. Why? Because if something is not interesting to us, we don't listen. We don't pay attention. So once we listen carefully, we will be able to give the outcome correctly. So you have to listen first to understand the language. Second thing is passive listening, which is like not at all listening. Many of the times it happens, in a lecture or in a board meeting, when people are not interested, they show disinterest and then they don't listen. Selective listening is you like about something, when people are talking or a speaker is speaking, but some interesting joke or something which is of your interest happens at that, and then you like it and you listen. You show all your interest. So that is called selective listening. So it is always good to be an active listener to overcome your problems and to win in a better communication. What people want in communication? Assertive communication. You have to express yourself correctly, firmly, but without hurting others, which is called assertive communication. You are able to speak, but again, there is an issue. There is always a problem. When you speak, people are misinterpreting you, or they are not taking you seriously, or they are branding you. Why? Because your communication is not assertive. So there is another type, in communication, which is assertive communication, aggressive communication, and passive communication. So we'll not deal with passive and aggressive right now. We'll focus on assertive communication. What is assertive communication? It brings out win-win situation. What you thought, you are expressing it correctly, but without hurting anybody. I'm going to narrate a story just to get an idea of what is assertive communication. You all know who is Abraham Lincoln. He was the president of America. So when he took over on the first day, he went on to speak. So as he was approaching, there were a lot of rich people sitting, and one of them just mentioned that your father was a cobbler. This he told in front of everybody. Don't forget that your father was a cobbler. And he used to stitch shoes for our family. This was the remark made by one of the richest guy sitting over there. Abraham Lincoln, he was actually insulted, but he responded in a very beautiful way, in an assertive way. He told to them that, yes, I totally agree that my father was a cobbler. I respect him for his creativity. You have never ever received any complaints of his creativity, of the shoes which your family won. So if there is anything, you can return it to me. I can also help in fixing it. And I'm sure that there are a lot of people who are sitting here, even for their family, my father has rendered his service. So please tell me if there is any complaint. So everybody felt bad that this person has insulted him, and the person who insulted him just kept quiet. So this is what is assertive communication. You have not insulted directly, but you conveyed the message to him that I can respond it in a better way. Instead of crying or instead of feeling bad about it, he just overcame the issue and he went on to take over the chair. This is what is assertive communication. Another very cute example I can give here, like if your friend says that, how about a pizza or a burger? And you say that, how about a pasta? So here, you are not hurting that I don't want to eat pizza or I don't want to eat burger, but you are putting your choice. This is assertive communication. We will not put the other person down. However, we will give our own, opinion very firmly and without hurting others. This is assertive communication. And now we'll talk about aggressive communication. The name itself suggests that aggressive. It's totally angry, the mood swings. We don't really consider the other person's feelings. It's always I, me, myself. Very selfish. And the words are all not at all, they are all derogatory most of the time. So this communication is not at all welcome by anybody. So in case if you have the habit of using these kind of words, please try to avoid, because aggressive communication is never welcomed anywhere. You may be a boss, you may be holding a very big chair, or you have just joined as a associate, engineer or any other, profession. Aggressive communication will not make you or take you to any heights. You will have a lot of issues. Okay, you feel that, you don't accept the view of somebody else. What happens is when we use aggressive words like, you're wrong, you're bad, this is not correct. So these are the words which really prick people and they feel very insulted or humiliated. This generally happens in the office setup. When your TL or your boss or manager, when they use these kind of words, the employee feels very shattered. So it's good to use the right words, even if the person is angry, because nobody is like Buddha, Jesus, Gandhi, that they use the right word. Always they use the lovely words. Instead of saying you are wrong, we can say your point is wrong. The presentation was not that up to the mark. Something like this. Target on the performance and not the person. Because the person may be agreeing with you in a lot of other things. But one incident or one mistake, it is not good to point it out in this way that the person is wrong. It's always the presentation or his work. It is nothing personal. So when you start attacking on personal front, that becomes more aggressive. And that is how the relationship problem, even the boss employee, Even in corporate setup, the problem begins because of this. So see to it that you don't use such words, direct, blunt words. I've seen people, when they talk to call center employees and how much they tolerate. The people would just emit whatever comes to in their, when they speak. So which is also not correct. We need to be very polished to talk to anybody. Now I'm going to give you some tips on improving your communication in English, because most of them are looking forward to improve their English speaking ability. The first point I will say is be confident. Don't worry, English is not our native language. So if you cannot speak, it doesn't matter, but try. The person who doesn't try is actually the failure. So please try. To try, you need to be confident. So please try. Try and speak. The second thing is you have to open your mouth and speak in English. It is not our Indian language. English requires your mouth should be open. So please open your mouth and speak. So this will avoid eating of words. Because many a times it so happened that people just eat the words, what they speak, because they're underconfident. They don't know how to say it. So they just say it and half the words are they're eating. So don't eat your words. Learn a new word every day. But remember, that is an issue, because we may learn a new word, we may take it from a dictionary and learn. However, how do we retain it? Do we have that ability to retain? So even if you learn 10 words in a month, it's enough. It's okay. But go slowly. Learn a new word every day. Observe people when they speak, the tonality and their body language, how they speak. Watch different videos. If you watch different videos, you can learn new words and how you can use it. So some of the words we think that it can't be used in some situations. However, when you hear from the native speakers, they use it very beautifully. So it is always good to watch videos of international and also national, because there are a lot of speakers from India who don't have accent. So you can understand it clearly. So please watch videos. Watch English news, which has a scrolling news coming down. So you get the connectivity. If you don't understand what they speak, the scrolling news will give you an idea that what they are speaking. So watch English news channels, our own, Indian English news channels, so that you understand it, because the English is neutral. The accent is neutral. You will understand it better. Last but not the least, smile and be confident. You can win the world. Thank you.